Before we get into looking through some bills and finishing up that stack of $1 bills from the bank, seeing if we find anything that's valuable, real quick, my new ebook that is over 800 pages covers everything on US coins, from ones you've heard about to ones you've probably not heard about, to include pricing, photos, and errors to look for, is out for pre-order on Amazon, and it will drop on my website, VarietyErrors.com, Amazon, and every other book outlet on May 4th. The ebook will be available one day earlier on May 3rd, and really this little announcement too is for you members in my $1 membership per month. You get a free copy of the book. So on May 4th, on Star Wars Day, one of my favorite days of the year and the day after my birthday, I'm going to send you guys a gift. For every member, you will get a free copy. So don't go and buy it for the $8 on Amazon. Just wait for a few days. You'll get your copy that's sent to you, so do not worry. It's in full color. It's HD photos. I think there's over like 200 or 300 photos in the book, and it's 800 pages of just coin goodness. So hopefully you enjoy that and can pick it up. And I wrote it in a way that it's like me. I'm a beginner still in a lot of ways. I'm always learning about currency and collectibles. And so the book is not some drab coin guide. It's written in a way that's just a good reference and coffee table read that you can keep with you while you're looking through your coins. So hopefully you'll enjoy that, pick it up, and get through your coins with it, see what errors to look for. But let's get to some bills, and hopefully let's find some valuable stuff. This is the stack of $1 bills from the rest of that strap of 100 from the other day. I didn't get a chance to make a video yesterday, but it's Sunday Fun Day. I thought it'd be a good time to do a little bill search. So let's go through the rest of it and see if we find anything that's valuable. Series 2021 $1 note, little beat up. Nothing going on the serial numbers. Looks like it's been wet before. This one's a little discolored from what looks to be moisture. Back of the note, this thing's a little folded and beat up, but worth $1. And I'm finishing up that video on things to look for on reverses of banknotes, so keep an eye out for that midweek coming up. 2017 $1 note. And nothing in the serial number on that. Somebody sent me an email of really good, hey, cool, little bit of a counter stamp. Not sure what bank that is. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to hold on to it. I hold on to notes with stamps if you can actually make out the stamp. Also ones that are more like hash marks from casinos and stuff. Those will be smaller stamps that are like hearts and birds and all sorts of stuff. So usually it's when they do a cash out or when they're doing reception of cash. But somebody sent me a really cool serial number $1 bill. Keep those coming. I love hearing about what your finds are. Let me know in the comments below at any point during my videos. I go back and check them out regularly and just read up on what you guys are finding. A lot of wet ink transfer there. Zeros, twos, nothing in the serial number. I'm going to go a little quicker through things as to not just eat up the whole night. A little bit beat up. I love me the old school beat up notes. These are all kind of newer stuff, 2013, early 2000s. But if you watch any of my videos, I always get the trash stuff from the bank, which I don't ask for that when I get big straps of notes to just kind of go through. Yet they love giving them to me, so. Nothing so far, nothing too crazy. Some 8s, some 4s, not enough repetition to hold on to. I like, you know, I'll hold on to a trinary note with just 3 digits in it, but I'm really looking for binaries. I would love to find some solid serial numbers. I've never found one of those. Little bit of extra ink in the middle of that one there, a little dot. If it was more kind of prevalent, I'd hold on to it. This one's not enough for me to hold on to. Good condition overall, though. But I'd love to find a solid serial number. Let me know if you have one of those in your collection. And so far, we haven't hit anything too crazy. I'm just tidying up a little bit before we go on. I'm about to knock everything off the desk. Beat up Washington. Conditions always 9/10 of the law. I cover a lot of that in the book. just in a chapter or two on the basics of coin collecting, but on my website for free, varietyerrors.com, you can see for free a bunch of stuff about grading, color and condition, so on and so forth. So feel free to not buy anything and check my website out. I'm about to do major updates on that. I have a couple really great folks helping me out in updating my site with all new pricing for the next, 2026. I mean, prices change all the time, but through kind of the next year. And then we'll do our updates again in the middle of 2026 for the following year. But a lot of new things coming. New photo reference guides, infographics, a whole bunch of stuff that's actually in my book, but for free. So the best price ever, right? Free 99. Kind of cool. Some 1s, some 4s, some 7s, and then this pesky 8 in the middle there. I would have probably held on to it if it had 7s in the middle and no 8 there, but not enough for me to hold on to. No luck with multiple star notes like the last batch. We're not too lucky this time, at least so far. Real beat up. This one's definitely been wet before. You can tell from the discoloration. You guys can't feel it, but if you could, you can tell it was all worn out. And nothing going on the front of this one. Yeah, a little shift in the seal, but not enough to call home about. Keep on keeping on. Some 4s, a little bit of a stuck digit on the 6 here. Little higher than the rest of the serial number, just a hair. But I look at notes like a lot, so I notice it, but it's very, very small and not enough to command any value to it. Just something to keep an eye out for. A little bit of shift here too, but the shifts on seals and serial numbers have to be pretty dramatic to command value. There's on, not my site, but I think it's My Currency Collection. I think they have a really good info kind of graphic, excuse me, that will show you the kind of how offset and how differences and different types of errors, or I should say a few infographics that cover that stuff, like how off does the shift need to be? How off does a serial number need to be? And I do have a few things on my site, but they have a really good one for that. So I just like to give a shout out to other people. Little bit of that excess of ink. I mean, I've been waiting to find one where it's just straight up Washington that's all the way through it. I would definitely hold on to that. I'm not saying it's a transfer. You can tell me in the comments what you think the best title for it would be. I just call it kind of excessive ink, where basically they printed this note. They had recently kind of re-inked everything and lubricated the machinery, so on and so forth. It laid down this really nice graphic, which is great. But then you have a lot of it that comes through the reverse of the note. So that's one of the things I touch on in the video that I'm talking about, things to look for on reverses, is these wet ink. Well, in this case, it's not a wet ink transfer, but it's more of like the ink bleeding through. So, I don't know. You tell me what you would label it. I think if they're really dramatic, they're really neat. And if I found one that was like super dramatic, I'd hold on to it. Get these fixed around. We got a ways to go. We're a little more than halfway through, though. So thanks for sticking with me. And if you know a better label for that, let me know in the comments, but I'll stop yapping about that. And let me know if you found one that you can basically see Washington all the way through it to the reverse of the note. The last few are just 8 up, so I'm just skipping kind of quickly. Holy 4s. And nothing else to hold on to, but if it would have had good repetition, I would have held on to it. Little bit of shift with the whole print. Misaligned prints, they really have to be straddling almost the edge of the note to hold on to them. Otherwise, they're just not that collectible, in my opinion. You can think differently, but I don't see them sell for a lot, so. And nothing going on there. Like I said earlier, not to keep throwing at you, but if you want to get my ebook, it's only $8 on Amazon, and it covers 800 plus pages of all things U.S. coins. And then I have a companion book that's coming out that's going to talk about paper currency. But if you are into coins, or you have an interest in coins, it talks all about them, more from a perspective from like a dude like me. I consider myself just still beginning in a lot of ways. So even though I've done collections, if I can talk, I've collected. I've collected stuff for a long time. I consider myself learning all the time. So I wanted to do a book that, yes, is a price guide, and yes, is your stuffy kind of reference manual in some regard, but also covers just a lot of things like historical context and behind the scenes values and key dates and errors and an entire guide on errors and what to look for that you can really kind of use as a coffee table read and hand guide as you look through your change, sitting there at your coffee or, dining room table or whatever. So feel free to pre-order it or pick it up. It's only $8. It's good on any tablet. It's digital. And then on my website, if you don't want it on, through Amazon, you can get it for a little cheaper because I can sell it to you through my website. And then the print book comes out on the 4th. Nothing in the last bit. I have not seen anything really collectible. There's a couple there that could have been a thing, but with the condition of the note, it's hard to tell. Like this last one, I went, hey, that looks kind of like an issue with print around the seal, but since there's so much damage to the note, hard to tell. We're getting down there, though. You can tell this one's been folded and then a lot of discoloration there. Nothing in the serial number. Some nice mix, but nothing collectible. Oh, no. Probably the best condition note so far. Totally crisp. This is what you're looking for when you do find stuff. Centered really nicely. Good ink. Good print. Everything's printed right in where it should be. All your little Federal Reserve District numbers, your plate numbers, all the actual print. Very clean, very centered, very legible. All the stuff down to the small detail around the unfinished pyramid, the Great Seal, all that stuff. Now that I'm looking at this might have been folded, but other than that, overall, this is a really nice condition note. Then we get to this guy, 2017, what are you? 2017, so you can, this is great. Great example of condition. So this one's been wet, worn out. This one is in much better condition. So of course that's going to play hugely into valuing the note if it was collectible. Nothing going on there. We got, I don't know, 10 more left. We can get through it. Nothing too crazy in the serial number. 2017 as well. So probably the most of what we've seen in this bill search. Nothing on the reverse. 1902 on the end there, but nothing in the front. Keep an eye out for birthday notes, date notes. That's going to be month, day, and then year. That's the preferred layout, I think, in the ones I see that they release from the BEP for special occasions and stuff. Nothing going on there. I like to just take my time and go through them, really kind of take a quick look around the whole note rather than just serial numbers. I know there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and people do look for like strictly star notes, but I try to find, a menagerie of things. So, and then I know I talk a lot during the videos, but it's really to kind of convey information. So hopefully, you can just be my digital friend and you enjoy me kind of telling you about what to look for. Nothing crazy in this one. We might have ourselves a bunk search. They can't all be a winner. I mean, I just pick up straps of notes and grab money out of my wallet and whatnot and just see what we have with you guys. And hey, sometimes I find a nice little star note or something cool to throw in the collection, and sometimes it's slim pickings. Oof, got ourselves a little, looks like berries or something. I don't know. I'm gonna call that strawberry or berry jam, grape jam or something. What do we got going on with this serial number? Hey, all right. Is it pen or is it print? Interesting. Look at that. To me, I don't know. It's got some bleed to, there we go. It's got some bleed to it. That is very interesting. It's printed. Is it under the 1 is the question. Can we get it to focus for you? Let me see if I can hold it still. Let me see. There we go. Bam. I think that's printed under the top of that 1. Look at that. Right as I was kind of talking crap on this search, I think we might have found a little bit of an ink issue. Look at that. Now you can see it nice and clear. I think we might have found a connected serial number. I would just say this is just excessive ink. I mean, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. It's very small, but I haven't had one like that. I love it. All right, so I was talking crap, and we actually found ourselves a small error note. So I'm loving it. I'm going to hold on to it. It is beat up. It's folded up a bit, damaged a bit. I'm going to take a little better look, but I think in the zoom there, you can see too that it's actually printed on the note. So we got ourselves a little bit of a misprint. I love it. I'm going to set it aside and get it in a top loader to protect it. Nothing going on in the next one. Nice condition though, but I'm really stoked about that. I was kind of like, oh man, I didn't find anything. And then a little bit of action. So nothing I would say as far as value. This is a really beat up note. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to have to take a closer look under kind of a scope or a loop at least. I'm on a camera. But I think it's a print issue, but I'll have to take a closer look. I'll confirm in the description and in a comment after I take a closer look when the video's done. But I think it's a misprint, a very small one. It might command some value to it. You can let me know what you think in the comments if you think it's a misprint or an ink issue, whatever you want to refer to it as. Moving on, though. Beat up 2009 bill, thinned out from being totally... Oh, I'm knocking stuff around. There we go. 2009 bill from being wet. Somebody took a bite out of it. Nothing to talk about there. Last but not least, very clean. I think this one might have been sequential to the other one we saw a few bills ago. Overall, really good condition compared to the last one. Nice print on the reverse. Overall condition's really, really good. But as far as collectability, nothing going on there. It's just a really, really nice doll hair. What did we find? A really small little ink smear. I'm liking it. A little tiny ink smear. You can reverse a minute or so back in the video if you want to get a better look at it. I think it will command some premium over face value. I'll confirm if that is what it is, and I'll let you know in the description box if it is indeed a small little ink smear right on the serial number. I'm thinking it is what we found, so I'm really excited about that. I'll let you know in the description box, but let me know what you're coming across in your coin, collectible, and banknote searches in the comments. I will talk to you there, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.